fallout tonight over the plan to put hotels and golf courses on state parks in Florida, including Honeymoon Island. Governor Ron DeSantis, who first signed the executive order to put that plan into motion last week, pulled the plug on it after all the public backlash against it. Well, now today we're finding out that the state official who blew the whistle on that plan was fired. Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders tonight with what state lawmakers are now calling for.
Well, just when you thought all those state park stories were over, we've got a new twist for you. A Department of Environmental Protection employee is now out of a job after allegedly leaking information about that controversial plan, and state lawmakers are now saying they want more information about how it all happened, even threatening to go to the courts if necessary. Over the weekend, a Tallahassee man, James Gaddis, posted this GoFundMe online. He's raised more than $60,000 after getting fired from Florida DEP for alerting the public to that controversial state plan to add golf courses, pickleball courts, even hotels to 9 state parks across the state.
I got to the point where I decided that this needs to be made public, that we're working on this.
Gaddis, a DEP map maker, told WPTV he felt plans were being rushed and that the public comment period was lacking enough time for actual public comment. So he stepped up.
I was disgusted, but I was just thinking if the public actually knew about this, what we were proposing here, there's going to be a lot of outrage. And, obviously us, having to keep quiet about this whole time, it just like something's got to give here.
A source with DEP confirmed Gaddis's termination, providing his dismissal letter, which said Gaddis, quote, intentionally released unauthorized and inaccurate information to the public and cited 4 violations: conduct unbecoming a public employee, violation of law or department rules, and negligence.
So this was something that was leaked. It was not approved by me. I never saw that.
Governor Ron DeSantis distanced himself from the park plan last week and said it'll now head back to the drawing board until at least next year after bipartisan criticism.
Here's the thing. I'd rather not spend any money on this, right? I mean, if people don't want improvements, then don't do it.
But that wasn't enough for 2 Florida lawmakers. Rep. Anna Eskamani and Rep. Angie Nixon have sent a letter to DEP and the governor's office pushing for more information.
The intention of our letter is to get clarity on who is involved, how did this happen, why was it moving so quickly, and what can we do in the legislature to prevent it from happening again?
Eskamani is a frequent DeSantis critic and said previous requests have often taken months to fulfill, despite Florida's sunshine laws. This time around, the lawmaker said she would, if needed, escalate to ensure Floridians get a look at the details.
And potentially hire an attorney if necessary. I mean, the public has a right to know in the state of Florida. And if the state's going to drag their feet on this, then we will absolutely do what we need to do to get those records. And again, it's not just about accountability. I want to know how this happened so we can prevent it from taking place in the future.
And Eskamani says she's already thinking about potential bills for the next legislative session, which begins in March. She'd like to see the park planning process slowed down a bit, more research done for water and wildlife impacts, and more transparency from the get-go. That's the latest out here at the state capitol. I'm Forrest Saunders reporting.